Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Sports Rapp. That's our new intro. That's our new look. Hopefully, we'll have that around for a little while until the next new look comes around. I'm your host, Mark Johnson, as the credits stated. And tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about basketball. Specifically, the big two of the bigger trades that happened before the NBA trading deadline this last week. Probably the most major one was the Los Angeles Clippers sending Danny Manning to the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for a very big name, Dominique Wilkins, going to the Los Angeles Clippers. Not sure what prompted that move by Atlanta to get rid of an all-star like Dominique, just to pick up somebody with an attitude problem like Danny Manning, but apparently they had their reasons, and we'll see how it works out for both teams. I think it's going to hurt Atlanta, unless, of course, they need somebody like Danny Manning to fill a void somewhere, in which case it might help them. But I think Dominique Wilkins was really, and always has been, the better player of the two. And you might just see the Los Angeles Clippers doing some damage heading towards the playoffs this year. So we'll wait and see what transpires with that. Also, the Utah Jazz dropped Jeff Malone like a bad habit, sent him to Philadelphia in exchange for Jeff Hornacek. And Jeff Hornacek, I guess it is, I don't know, who formerly played with the Phoenix Suns until last year, before last season when he was traded. So we'll see what kind of effect that has on both Utah and Philadelphia. Probably a better deal for Utah than for Philly, although Jeff Malone is a very good player, and he should complement the Philadelphia 76ers very well. A few minor trades out there. I believe it was Luke Longley of the Minnesota Timberwolves, I do believe, went to the Bulls in exchange for Stacey King. I don't really remember any of the other ones. There was a couple other ones that were traded, but no other major ones besides the Hornacek, Jeff Malone, and the Dominique Wilkins, Danny Manning trade. I was kind of hoping the Portland Trailblazers would do some trading before the deadline hit last Thursday at 6 o'clock. No such luck. Apparently they couldn't come up with it. Either couldn't come up with a good trade, or just decided to stand pat until the end of the season, when they can dump some people like, I don't know, maybe Chris Dudley for one, possibly Jerome Kersey, Terry Porter. I have a feeling a couple of those major ones are going to be gone at the end of the season if Portland does not produce during the playoffs this year. We'll be taking calls. We're going to be here till 7 o'clock. The phone number, as you know, is 397-5886. We don't have the graphics tonight. We are having some technical difficulties with our computer, so you won't see the number on the screen. I'll just be blurting it out from time to time. So if you want to call in, talk some basketball. The Winter Olympics wrapped up today with a little bit of hockey on TV this morning. I had a chance to watch the gold medal game, some of the gold medal game. And a very exciting finish. Shootout at the sudden death shootout at the end, with Sweden winning it. It took 7 shots in the sudden death, and on the seventh attempt, after the first 5 shootouts, after being tied 2-2, neither team scored on the 6th shot. Sweden scored on the 7th shot of the sudden death. Canada could not answer, therefore the Swedes take home their first gold medal ever in ice hockey at the Winter Olympics. So congratulations to the Swedish hockey team, and I'm sure the Swedish bikini team had something to do with that as well, but I don't know that for fact. Anyway, it's one of those days. Anyway, again, 397-5886 is the number to call to talk sports tonight. Call in, tell me what you think about the Dominique Wilkins, Danny Manning trade. Tell me who you think is going to benefit more. Is it going to benefit the Clippers more, or is it going to benefit the Atlanta Hawks more? And as far as the big trade in Utah with Jeff Malone going to Philadelphia for Jeff Hornacek, who's going to come out better on that deal? So call in, let's talk some sports here. We're here till 7 o'clock, and we're talking sports. This is the Sports Wrap. So, yes, please, if you could. We have a call. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Mark.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, I was just wondering what you thought about how Oksana Bayou beat Nancy Kerrigan. Who do you think actually won?
You know, I didn't see the last round of it. But from what I heard, Nancy Kerrigan actually outskated Oksana Bayou. That was what I heard anyway. I heard Kerrigan skated a fairly flawless routine, and some of the people I've talked to felt that Kerrigan should have taken the gold.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Just wondering what you thought about that.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Yeah, it sounds to me like Kerrigan, you know, she's at the end of her career. I don't think she's going to go another Olympics, nor is Tanya Harding, who finished a disappointing 8th. I'm sure she's disappointed with that, but with all the controversy surrounding her and all the media attention in Norway and back here at home and the investigation continuing, it really was no surprise that she finished as low as she did. A lot of us felt that there was way too much competition for her to do well enough to medal going over there. I don't think anybody around here was worried about her medaling in the Olympics without pulling out the old club and clubbing her competition to death. Oksana Bayou of, I believe, Russia. Was it Russia? Or yeah, I guess it was the Russian team. Winning the gold. Nancy Kerrigan with the silver. I'm not sure who took the bronze. Anybody know who took the bronze in women's figure? The Chinese gal? I don't know her name. I can't think of her name offhand. But so China taking the bronze in women's figure skating. Congratulations to Nancy Kerrigan. That's quite an accomplishment. Like I say, a lot of people thought she should have had a gold medal. She wound up with a silver. She can't be too disappointed with that, though.
Chin of China.
Lu Chin, okay. Lu Chin taking the bronze. And again, Tanya Harding taking a disappointing 8th place out of... That's actually not bad. I mean, considering there was 28 of the top skaters in the world there that made it there. So 8th out of 28 isn't too terrible. She's got to be proud that she was able to finish that high in a field of 28 very good and very young skaters. Oksana Bayou is 16. I'm not sure how old Lu Chin is. I think she's probably close to that age, I would imagine. Probably not much older than 16, I would imagine, but I don't know. Kerrigan, like I say, at the end of her career, probably. This was probably her last Olympics. I think she's 23 or 24. She's around that age, which is kind of getting up there for a figure skater. For a competitive figure skater. I'm sure if she wanted to, she could probably get involved with Ice Capades or Disney on Ice or whatever, you know, and probably have a very nice career on the ice and make loads of money and get lots of endorsements and live happily ever after married to me. No, and actually I wouldn't mind, you know, I wouldn't mind being married to Nancy Kerrigan. Is there anybody else in this room that would like that? I know I would. Hello. We're just having all sorts of problems here tonight, aren't we?
Whoa.
Hold on for a second. I'll be right back. The things a producer has to go through.
Fearless tracking.
Is this another one of those sports rap nightmares, Todd?
I think so, Mark.
Yeah, I think. How's that?
This has never happened before.
That's too high.
That low.
Yeah.
Down. Down.
Doobie doo down down.
Right about there.
That looks crooked though, guys. We are on live. Oh, what the hell? You didn't hear me say that. Anyway, let's see. Now, where was I before I was so rudely interrupted by my falling sign? Oh, I think there's a sign here. Whoa. Anyway, since we don't have any phone calls, like I say, 397-5886 is the number to call. Todd Hilton and I had a very interesting little adventure Tuesday night. We had a chance to go up to Longview, up there in Washington, beautiful Longview, Washington, up to the Columbia Theater for the Daring Discoveries speaking series, and get a chance. This is not sports related, but you know, we got a little field time, so I'm going to talk about it. I had a chance to meet a former TV star, the man.
Michelle's
On the phone? She can wait. After what I had to put up with from her last night, she can wait. Anyway, we had a chance to meet the one and only Barry Williams, who a lot of you may remember played Greg Brady. And if we can maybe get a close-up on this book. This is Barry Williams' book, Growing Up Brady, I Was a Teenage Greg. Now we're going to open it up here now. If we can get, it says, if we can get a little closer, it says, to Mark, here's the story. Barry Williams. I got him to autograph a copy of his book for me. I was so excited. I was so excited just to meet the man. You know, and I was talking to my good buddy Todd Hilton afterwards, and I said, you know, that's the second celebrity that I've gotten an autograph from with the last name of Williams. The first being Cindy Williams, TV's Laverne and Shirley, in which actually that was my first televised interview. And Rick Miller knows, he was there. Kevin Thornton, I think, was there. We had Nancy Harwood was there. We had a lot of people there that some have since left Channel 9, some are still around, and so that was the second celebrity with the last name of Williams that I've had the opportunity to meet. And one I had the chance to get to know a little bit better. The other one I just had a chance to meet and ask a quick question or two too. So, but anyway, not sports related, but it was fun nonetheless. You know, Todd said, hey, you should bring your book on and show the autograph. Is Michelle still on the phone?
Yeah.
Is she? Go ahead and put her on, I guess. Hello.
Hold on.
Technical foul.
What do you think about the hockey team this year?
The hockey game? Which one?
USA.
Oh,
What do you think-
team.
How do you think they did?
What'd they finish? A disappointing 8th, from what I heard.
I'm not sure. That's why I called in to ask you.
I think I heard this morning when they were playing the gold medal game that the U.S. had finished 8th overall,
Really?
which is very, very disappointing. I thought they could have done a lot better. But the competition was very, very good this year. Finland was actually the favorite team to win it, and they could have won it, but Canada slipped in there at the end and beat them. And then Canada got beaten sudden death today by Sweden. So.
I don't think Canada did very good, really.
Oh, they were doing fine.
The game I watched. I only watched one of their games, but it didn't look like they were doing very well in the game I watched.
From what I saw of them today, they did fine in the shootout. They were up 2-1 in the sudden death shootout, and it looked like they were probably going to win it. But Sweden didn't look like they had a chance.
So who got the gold medal?
Sweden.
Really?
Yeah, it was really good though. It was a very, very good game from what I saw of it. I woke up a little bit late this morning and didn't have a chance to watch all of it, but from what I saw, it was a pretty good game.
Okay, well, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. That was Michelle, the young lady who debuted last night here on Channel 9. Enough said. If you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, no need to discuss it now. Anyway, 397-5886, the number to call to talk sports. We have a phone call. Go ahead, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead.
Hi, Mark.
How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. This is Darlene.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. Heard
Good.
you guys went bowling.
Yeah.
How'd you do on your score?
Well, by the time I got there, they had already bowled about 6 frames for me, and I was not doing real well. They had about 71 points for me in 6 frames, and I was not looking real good, but I managed to pick up the pace for the last 4 frames and ended up with about a 145. So I actually doubled my score in 4 frames. So I did all right once I got there, but my good friends decided they wanted to be better than me, so they started bowling for me. No, they did fine for me up until that point, but
Is this like by proxy?
by proxy, I don't know. I was late, so they just said, well, we're not going to wait for him. We'll just bowl his game for him. So,
And you're taking credit of the score?
well, seeing as how I doubled what they had, I've got at least half credit for it.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too.
The second game I bowled a 168, so I felt very good about my second game.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Okay, I want to ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you think about Dominic Wilkins being traded?
What was it, Thursday night, I was out to dinner somewhere and I heard that Danny Manning had got traded, but where I was at watching it, they didn't have the volume up, so I didn't hear who they traded for until like the next day. And I found out that Dominique was the one that went to LA, and I thought, wow, this is pretty heavy stuff. I mean, a team like Atlanta with a very, promising future with Dominique on their team. I don't know what really prompted them to trade Dominique Wilkins, who's their superstar, to the Los Angeles Clippers, especially for somebody like Danny Manning. Now, I'm not saying Danny Manning's a slouch or anything, but his attitude for the game just isn't as good as it could be. And I personally feel that Los Angeles Clippers got the better end of this deal. I really do.
Yeah. Another thing, too, I wanted to ask you about Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
And, he got kicked out today.
I saw that.
I was wondering, when they get kicked out like that, does it lower their cards or raise them?
My personal feeling, I really don't think it has that much of an effect. And unless, if it's a constant thing, if they're always doing something like that, if they're getting kicked out constantly, I would imagine it would have a negative effect on the value of their cards. If it's just a once in a while thing, like Barkley, I don't think gets kicked out all that much. And this is a rare occasion for Barkley to really get kicked out of a game. Usually he can, if he knows he's,
Does he have to pay a fine?
I'm sure he will. That was pretty much, I heard it was a closed fist, but when I saw the replay, it just looked like a slap. I'm sure since he did make contact with Charles Oakley, and since Charles Oakley, I'm sure, made contact with him on the retaliation, I would imagine they'll probably both be fined about some pocket change, probably around $1,500 to $2,000. It's probably not going to be that much of a fine. The possibility is they may be suspended for a game because there was contact.
That's another thing, when they have to pay a fine, all you guys say pocket change, and it's a lot of money. But
for them it's not. For them it's not. These are guys that are making millions of dollars. For them it's pocket change.
Wow, isn't that something?
Really, if you think about it, guys that are making $2-3 million a year, $2,000 is maybe what they make in a quarter of a game. Probably more than that, I would imagine. So, let's write a check, hand it over to the NBA office, and give it to some charity is probably what they end up doing with it. So, but for somebody that's making that kind of money, it's pocket change for them.
Yeah, one last thing, Mark.
Okay.
Is Chris there?
He was around here somewhere. I think he's up in the booth.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark.
Thanks for calling in, Darlene.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Anyway, for a player like Charles Barkley, who I'm sure you got to figure in his endorsements with Nike for one. That's probably his biggest endorsement. He's probably making a few million a year for that. He's probably making $2 to $3 million or more a year for playing basketball. $2,000, even $5,000 is nothing for a guy like him. So, we have a phone call. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
I just got the show on now, and I don't know if you talked about this yet or not, but what do you think? What do you think the Blazers are going to do at the end of the year? Who are they going to trade?
It's hard to tell. I think a lot of it's going to depend on who plays well from here to the end of the season, and basically what they do in the playoffs. How each player handles themselves in the playoffs. I'm sure they're going to take a really hard look at some of the young guys. They're probably going to want to keep some of the younger guys like Tracy Murray and Reggie Smith and James Robinson. I'm sure Cliff Robinson will still be around. Clyde Clyde's kind of iffy because, you know, I mean, everybody, you know, a lot of the fans are even calling for him to be traded. But I think he proved last night against San Antonio that he's still got a lot of energy left in him. And I really doubt, I mean, he's only got 1 year left on his contract. My feeling is let him play out the rest of his career here. I mean, he's the leading scorer for the Blazers, leading rebounder for the Blazers. I'm sure he's right up there in assists, steals, and everything else. I mean, he is their main man and has been for 11 years. So, you know, let him finish his career here. Guys like Terry Porter, who you would hate to see traded, and you know, because they've grown with this team. Guys like Porter and Kersey, Mark Bryant, guys like that, you'd hate to see them traded. But the Blazer organization, I'm sure, is going to take a long look at them from here to the end of the season, see what their play is like and how they handle themselves in the playoffs, how far they go in the playoffs. A lot of things to take into consideration. I would be really surprised if they didn't get rid of Chris Dudley. Even though they really haven't seen him play much because of the injury, I have a feeling he's going to be another Sam Bowie, and since he's going to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year, I'd say let him walk.
What about like Alonzo Mourning? Isn't his contract, won't he be a free agent next year?
That I'm not aware of. I thought he just signed an extended contract not too long ago.
Oh, did he?
Or long term. I thought he did. I thought he signed. I want to say he's like one of the highest paid players in the league now. I think he signed like a 9 or 10-year deal worth like 80 or 90 million or something.
Oh,
In fact, I think it was a 12-year, $84 million contract or something.
That was Larry Johnson.
Was it Larry?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about Alonzo then.
Yeah, I can't see Charlotte, you know, being able to afford to pay Alonzo Mourning what he's going to want to be paid when his contract comes up.
Yeah. With the big contract they've got with Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice if Portland could pick somebody up like him.
Yeah, it would. It would be.
Someone young, somebody, you know, coming up pretty good.
I wouldn't mind seeing Derek Coleman here.
Yeah, he wants too much money, though.
Yeah, that's the only problem with Coleman. You know, I don't know. Maybe there's a chance of swinging a deal with the Clippers at the end of the season for Dominique or something. But.
See, that's another thing. You said that the Clippers got the better end of the deal on that, but Dominique's played, 12 years?
Yeah.
You know, his career is coming to an end here, you know, in a few years.
Yeah.
So how long do you think he's gonna play?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it all depends on how healthy he is too.
Yeah.
Look at Kareem.
He's still good, yeah.
Look at guys like Kareem and Robert Parrish. Isn't Parrish still playing, or did he finally retire?
I think he's still playing.
Yeah. He's 41, 42.
Yeah.
You know,
getting up there.
If you're healthy, you know, if you're healthy and you're able to run the court, there's no reason you shouldn't be playing. You know, Kareem played till he was over 40.
Yeah.
I don't know about Wilt Chamberlain. I think he probably played till he was pretty close to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and with the conditioning that a lot of these athletes do nowadays, I think there is a chance that they can stay in the league a little bit longer.
Yeah. Have you heard anything about Alvin Harper?
Mm-mm.
On the Cowboys? I guess he was thinking about leaving the Cowboys.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that on the news. That kind of surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, why would anybody want to leave the two-time world champion Dallas Cowboys to go somewhere else?
Yeah, I can't remember where he's thinking about going. Kind of surprised me, though.
Now, what position is he?
He's a receiver.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Well, Seattle could use one of those.
Seattle could.
Seattle
They
could use
Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith or somebody
Oh,
like
definitely.
that,
Definitely.
too. So,
But, yeah, it'd be nice if Seattle could pick up somebody like an Alvin Harper, though.
oh, yeah, that'd be really
I mean,
nice.
they could turn into a pretty decent team if you had a decent receiver.
Yeah, that's what they need.
But,
They need somebody.
I think they've got a pretty decent defense, but their offense, ever since Largent retired and, you know, guys like that have left, it's just gone really downhill. They haven't had a decent receiver since Largent retired,
Yeah.
really. So, it'd be nice to see that.
Yeah, well, I guess that's about all.
Okay.
Well, take her easy.
All right, thanks for calling in.
Yep, bye.
All right. Okay. Okay. the sign is still there. That's good. That's a good sign. No pun intended, but probably some taken. Anyway, call. I'm just having fun. Call in, talk sports. 397-5886 is the number to call. We have about a half hour left. And there's a phone call. Go ahead, caller.
The Mark man.
Yeah.
What you up to?
Not much. How you doing, man?
Markarama. The Markski. Why do they call you Magic?
Why do they call me Magic?
Yeah.
Actually, it's a long and boring story, but I guess
Come on, we got all night. Lay it on me, bud.
I'm forced to tell it. Well, back many, many, many years ago when I was in junior high, and this has been a good 13, 14 years ago now, I was not quite good enough to make the varsity squad, so I played intramural basketball, which is as good as it got for me. And during the course of a basketball season, hello?
It's an American song, man. Come on.
I see. Whatever. Anyway, during the course of the intramural season, there was some guys that played on the varsity squad as well that would play intramural just to keep in shape and all that good stuff. And during the course of the season, I think I was a 8th grader and they were 9th graders. My basketball skills were not quite honed yet, let's put it that way. And I was not the typical three-point shooter that I am now.
Oh, yeah.
And they decided, as a joke, that they needed to give me a nickname. So during one game, I was sitting on the bench, which is my normal position. Normally, some guys will play guard and forward, and the guy will play center. My position was bench. Anyway, like I said, it's a long and boring story, but you wanted to hear it, so here it is.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sitting on the bench, taking my normal position, drinking the old Gatorade and whatever else, And the guys decided that they needed to nickname me. So they're sitting there going, gee, what can we nickname Mark? Let's see, there's Dr. J. Nah, it just doesn't fit, Dr. J just... How about Magic? Yeah, that's a good one. So they started calling me that. Mainly it was just, the guys that were involved in basketball, they'd see me in the halls and they'd start calling me Magic, and ha-ha, tee-hee, and, everything was just funnier than heck. And I thought, it's funny now, but it'll die out in about a week or two, It'll get old. No such luck.
You're stuck with it, man.
It pretty much stuck, and every time I go back to visit teachers at the junior high or the high school, even the teachers still call me that. So
Yeah.
it's a nickname that'll probably stick with me till the day I die, and somebody will probably
Put it on your tombstone.
family member will probably have it put on my tombstone.
There you go.
So it'll be an eternal nickname for me. So in fact, I'll probably get up to heaven and say, hey, here's Magic. That guy's. Yeah. I mean, it's just, in fact, my buddies in heaven will probably, hey, Magic just showed up, man. So I'll never be able to get rid of it. It'll be an eternal thing.
No
I
way
can
you're
fly
stuck.
up and slam dunk.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Hey,
Or
you hear
fly
about the wrestlers last night?
What's that?
The wrestlers last night, they blew away Tillamook.
Did they?
Yeah. You weren't there?
I wasn't there, no.
You're a kid.
No, actually, I was here for a little while, and then I went to the bowling alley, so. Then after that, I went to Johnny's for a little while.
Johnny.
Hung out with some friends.
How's Johnny? I haven't seen him in a while.
Actually, he wasn't there. I didn't get a chance to see him and say hi.
You're a kid.
Nah, he keeps a low profile.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know who this is, Mark?
No.
Oh, man. It's the Nuke Man.
The who?
The Nuke Man. Come on.
Nukem?
You got it.
I should have known.
Yeah. I was in Cashaway the other day. I seen you, man.
Cool.
Yeah, how's Cashaway going?
It's still there.
Oh, really?
It's I get starting Tuesday. I get more overtime. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Can you give me a job?
Can I get you a job?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I heard you're the guy to come to.
Oh yeah, right. No, I think you've got me confused with the manager. I am not a manager.
You're not?
No. I have not achieved management status yet. Although at times when I am the high man on the totem pole and I'm the only one there that's high man on the totem pole, then it's kind of like being manager for a day. But it's Not very often, so.
Hey, what time you get off here?
7 o'clock.
You want to go play a little b-ball?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Actually I can't. I've got an appointment at 7:30, so I can't.
No. That gives us a good 15 minutes to play.
Yeah, not in these clothes.
Really? Can you dunk it?
No. Not yet.
What?
Close.
Oh, really?
It's in about that much.
Can you palm the ball?
Oh yeah, simple.
Hey, what happened to Kevin?
He's at home babysitting his 2-year-old kid.
No. Kevin?
Yeah, he's got a 2-year-old. He's got a 2-year-old son.
She should bring him on. He should have came on the show with him.
Actually, I was thinking I've got this big old inflatable hoop that we just got the other day, and I was thinking of bringing it down, putting it over here, and having like a shootout every once in a while.
Dude, there it is.
Woohoo! Yeah, at least it wouldn't have to be hung up on the wall and brought down by a shack attack.
Yeah.
But
Cool. Hang on, I got someone else who wants to talk to you. All right?
okay.
Oh man, you checking out. We gotta run now. I'll talk to you later, right?
Alrighty. Okay. We're having a good time now. Anyway, 397-5886. I know we don't have graphics, so we can't put the number up on the screen, but because, as I said earlier, we are having technical difficulties with our computer. It seems to have a mind of its own sometimes, just like the sign does, and it's like the cameras do, and the phones even every once in a while has a mind of its own. So, but speaking of phones, I want to thank Judy, our Time Life operator, for hanging in there up there and doing a fine job of answering the phone, because without her up there, I'm nowhere here, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, again, 397-5886. We've got about 24 minutes left to go in tonight's episode, if you will, of Sports Wrap. Edition of Sports Wrap. So if you want to call in, talk a little b-ball, talk a little bit of Olympics. Olympics are now over. The 17th games of the Winter Olympiad are history, as they say, and the United States actually doing pretty well. They got 13 medals, including 6 gold medals this year. Way to go, guys. Norway, the top medal winners with 26. Of course, they had the home field and home slope advantage, if you will, and so they did really well. Russia had the most gold medals with 11, and I think Norway actually had 10, I believe, so doing very well. We have a phone call. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Mark, it's me again. What are you doing?
Yo, what's up?
Oh, nothing. What have you been up to lately?
What have I been up to lately?
Yeah.
Working.
Really?
Working hard.
Hey, what? You
Pushing
been
auto
out on any
parts.
dates?
Huh?
Been out on any dates?
Not lately.
Man, you work too hard.
I know.
What do you
But
think about Tanya?
Harding?
Huh? Tanya?
Who, Tanya Harding?
Yeah.
She's okay. She's.
You know,
I wouldn't turn her down if she came up and wanted to date me.
there you go.
You know, I mean, I'm not stupid. I mean, let's get that straight right now. I mean,
Just keep the club out.
Pretty cool. You know, we're
Yeah,
thinking
just-
about making a shirt that said Tanya Harding, Nancy Karen. Who gives a hoof? Selling for money. You know what I mean?
okay. Yeah, you know, Tanya Harding actually did get an endorsement after the Olympics. She's going to be endorsing the club now. So
What's she endorsed?
the club.
The club for what? Oh, I go, man. You went right by me, man. That was a fastball, wasn't it? That was a fastball. Hey, you play much baseball?
No, not really. Mainly because I don't have time.
What are you doing after work?
What do I do after work?
No, what are you doing after work?
What am I doing after work?
Yeah, maybe go throw the old ball around or something, you know.
What am I doing after work? Actually, usually I go home, fix a little dinner, relax, and depending on what night of the week it is, go to any number of meetings or practices for something or other, and so I do keep a very busy schedule. So
Hang on, Mark. I got this guy. He's your number one fan. Hang on.
my number one fan's right there, isn't it, Lance? Can we get a shot of my number one fan?
Hey, Mark. This is Raul. What are you doing, man?
Hey man, what's happening?
Oh, not much, man. I'm a foreign exchange student from Mexico, man. I'm just hanging out.
Cool.
I love your show, man.
Cool.
It's really cool.
Excellent. Actually, we're going to show my actual number one fan here. This is the only one we keep in the. That's
See, man,
my.
The stuff you do like that, that's why I love you, man. You're just the best, man.
That's my number one fan.
That's hilarious.
It keeps me cool. That's my number one fan that keeps me cool. So
Mark, you don't need a fan to keep you cool, man. You're born cool, man. What can I say about you?
hey, now coolness is not something you're born with. Coolness is something that is acquired.
Man, how did you acquire so much coolness, man?
Well, money.
Hey, is he talking about me, man? I heard him say that, man. He told me to go back to Mexico, didn't he?
Who?
I don't know. Whoever's there, tell me back to Mexico, man. I got my passport.
Okay. Anyway, that was a little strange, but that's okay. We like a good entertaining phone call now and then.
Come on, is Judy on the phone?
Aha. Anyway, thanks for calling in, Raul, and welcome to our country. Is there a full moon out there tonight? Hey, is this thing on? Ooh, yeah, I guess it is. Anyway, 397-5886. We got about 20 minutes left of this little fiasco that we call Sports Rap. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, call in, talk Olympics. Spring training's coming up here within the next couple of weeks. Actually, a lot of the teams are starting to get together already, I guess. Getting some of the players ready to go. I don't know if the pitchers have shown up yet, but some of the players are starting to show up.
No.
But, okay. Michael Jordan trying out for the Chicago White Sox. We'll see if he can make it successfully in 2 professional sports. He is obviously has retired from his life of basketball and felt he had nothing left to prove in basketball. Personally, I felt that 3 championships in a row is nothing really. I mean, it's basically zilch compared to when the Boston Celtics won 8 in a row. If he, there's something to prove. Prove that you can win 8 or 9 championships in a row. Then you've got nothing left to prove. If you can beat that record of 8 straight championships in a row, then you have nothing left to prove. But 3 championships in a row, to me, if you compare it to the old Boston Celtics, who, like I said, won 8 in a row, if you only win 3 in a row, what does that prove? Proves that you won 3 championships, but that's it. If Jordan was so good, why didn't he stick around and win 5 or 6 more? But anyway, he's going to try his luck at baseball, and we'll see if he can make the team, and if he can, see what happens. Go ahead, caller.
Okay, hold on, please.
Hey, Mark.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what do you think about the Olympic ski team there?
The Olympic ski team?
Yeah.
They did pretty dang well. They pretty much dominated the slopes for the most part. 2 or 3 golds?
Yeah, I think that was it.
I was really more impressed with the speed skaters, Bonnie Blair.
Oh yeah.
And the short track speed skater, what's her name? I want to say Kathy Anderson. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's Kathy. I think it was Kathy Anderson. And she really impressed me. I'd never really watched the short track speed skating before, and it was really kicked to watch that. It was a lot of fun.
Do you ski, Mark?
No.
You don't?
No. No, I just don't feel like breaking bones, so
Oh yeah.
I try and stay off the snow as much as possible.
I heard there was like a possibility that Portland was going to make a bid for the Olympics in 2004. Have you heard anything about that?
I have not heard anything about that. I mean, anything's possible. We're talking Winter Olympics or summer?
The winter, and then going up to Mount Hood for everything. But I thought
I don't know.
that's kind of far, and it's not really.
Well,
Portland's not that big.
Mount Hood really isn't. I mean, you could use the Coliseum for the ice skating and the hockey and probably the speed skating as well. You'd have to build a luge track somewhere up at Mount Hood. I would imagine you'd be able to use the luge and the bobsled tracks for both the same. I just don't know that they've got the really good slopes to really attract the Olympics. I don't know.
Yeah.
If they think they do, then more power to them. I say go for it. Give it a shot. But I haven't heard anything to that rumor though. No.
What do you think about the Summer Olympics?
The Summer Olympics? What, as far as bringing them to Portland?
No, I mean in Atlanta.
In Atlanta? I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to watch, I'm sure. Apparently having some technical difficulties there. I believe we lost the caller. Old click and tone method. Lose more callers that way. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if Portland could really accommodate the Winter Olympics with as many spectators that I don't know if we'd really have the accommodations to house that many spectators for the Winter Olympics, as well as having the venues for it. So I'm told we have another call. Go ahead, caller.
Do you know how many? Oh, okay. First of all, this is Nicole Belisle.
Okay.
Do you know how many gold medals America has gotten?
Just in this year's?
Yeah.
They won 6 gold. 13 medals overall, 6 of them gold.
Oh, and how did the Michelle show go last night?
It was interesting. Did you have a chance to watch it?
No, I was out of town. But is it going to be on again next week?
I'm not sure. We're still in negotiations.
Oh, how do you get your own show down there?
Well, that all depends. What kind of are you thinking of doing your own show?
I was thinking maybe the Nicole show.
Okay. Is it just like a talk show like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pretty much about everything.
About everything, okay. Well,
yeah.
Basically, the best thing to do is come down and be a volunteer first. Get a little experience behind the cameras a little bit. Learn a little bit about what goes on at a TV station.
Okay.
Make sure it's what you want to do before you jump right in with both feet, because it's a lot of times it's better to test the waters a little bit before you jump right in. I've been doing this off and on for about 6 years now.
Oh.
Almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years this summer. And actually, I jumped right in. And sometimes I regret that, sometimes I don't. But I don't think I'd change anything about it.
Do you get paid?
No, it's all volunteer. It's all volunteer. That would probably, if there was anything to change, that would probably be it. I would probably ask for money. With some of the interviews that I've nailed down, it would be nice to get paid for them. But people like Cindy Williams, Kermit Washington, Clyde Drexler, Terry Porter, Jerome Kersey, Buck Williams, Kevin Duckworth, Cliff Robinson, Mark Bryant, Rick Adelman, guys like that. I've really, as far as I'm concerned, I'm one of the luckier people around here. I've had a chance to do some really awesome interviews with some really famous people, and it's been a real thrill for me personally. But it's not easy. I mean, a lot of people look at this and they say, "Well, that's easy. I could do that." But it's a lot harder than it looks to, because usually if you're the host, you're also the producer of the show, which means you have to, if you're doing this on a weekly basis, you have to go out and, get your crew, make sure you've got a crew that can be there every week, and find places for them to be, which once you get a regular crew, it's not that difficult, putting them where you need to have them, and they pretty much know their jobs after a while, after you've had them as a crew for a while. But just getting started, people think, well, it's just so easy. And I think maybe that's what Michelle might have thought last night was, well, it's going to be easy. I've watched Mark do it, and I've watched JJ do it, and it looks really easy. I think I could do that. She pretty much jumped in with both feet, only wanting to do a show a week ago, and jumped in with both feet. And I think maybe she found out last night that it wasn't as easy as she thought it was going to be, and that there was a lot of things you have to put up with from callers sometimes. And you have to give your callers a chance to express their opinions, and you got to give them some equal time, and sometimes she wasn't doing that, and I realize there's times I don't do that either. Sometimes I talk a little bit too much, like I am now.
Yeah.
But if you really are interested, Channel 9 has volunteer meetings on the first and third Wednesdays of each month. They start at 7 p.m. and they're right here at the studio in Mays Plaza. The best thing to do is just come to the back door and come on in. Everybody is welcome. I'm sure we could probably find a chair for you. We got plenty of chairs here. I'm sure we could find a chair for you.
Do you think maybe next week I can come and be co-host with you on Sports App?
I don't see why not. I mean, do you enjoy sports? I mean, do you?
Yeah, I love them.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to. I mean,
Okay.
if you want to, if that's one way you want to test the waters and see if you like it, that might be one of the better ways. In fact, I encourage people to do that. To get started. If you want to be on camera, that's the best way to do it. Is to come down and co-host a show with someone. See if you like it, and if you like it, then it can turn into your own show. I mean, I've been doing this show here since January of '93. And every one of my shows had been done live. I haven't taped any of them. It's all been done live. So.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you. Another prospective volunteer out there. That's good. I like to see that. I like to see the enthusiasm from the people out there that want to come down and want to volunteer, and may not know how to do it. So, again, that is the way to do it. We do have, again, like I say, meetings not Mondays, the first and third Wednesdays of each month at 7 p.m. right here at Mays Plaza. We do have a phone call. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, man, this is Raul. We got disconnected.
Seem to have some technical difficulties again there. We've got about 10 minutes left for tonight's edition of Sports Wrap. So if you want to call in, talk sports, I will be happy to entertain your sports questions and comments. Anything else, I will be forced to probably disconnect your call. So let's try and keep it sports-minded. Let's try not to get off on some other avenue of discussion. Mainly, this is a sports talk show. I would like to keep it that way. So if you do have a sports question or comment, I will be more than happy to take that call. Go ahead, caller.
They're gone.
Hello? They're gone? Okay. Apparently they did not have a sports question or comment. Heard me say that and decided that they would let someone else have that airtime. So, like I say, 397-5886 is the number to call. We've got about 8 minutes left in the show. Again, call in and let's talk a little bit sports. If you want to talk about the Dominique Wilkins trade a little bit more, talk about the Jeff Malone, Jeff Hornacek trade. Should the Blazers have made a move before the trading deadline on last Thursday? Do you think that Portland made a mistake by not doing some trading before the deadline? Call in, tell us what you think. Were the Winter Olympics everything you thought they were going to be cracked up to be? Did it turn into a Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding carnival like everybody thought it would? Actually, I think I probably heard more about the Jamaican bobsled team than I did Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding. And so I don't know. I didn't think they discussed it to death like they have been in the local media, so it was kind of nice. We have a phone call. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Mark.
How you doing?
That other caller that called about the Portland Winter Olympics,
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about using the Alpine slide for the loose track.
The Alpine slide?
Yeah, up at Ski Bowl.
Uh-huh. Yeah, if it would work, why not? You know, I've never actually been up there and seen it, but so I don't know how long of a course it is, but I know the one in Norway was about 0.8 of a mile, something like that. A pretty long track, a little less than a mile, but it's a quick track.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Portland really has the
Businesses or the...
well, not just the businesses, but the venues and the accommodations to house as many spectators and athletes that would be coming, to Portland. I'm sure they would probably have to build a few more hotels to accommodate that many people. Or they could probably do like Los Angeles did and let people rent out their homes for a 2-week duration. I know they did that for the LA Olympics, and there was people that would, rent out their houses for 2 weeks and go on vacation and let spectators and people rent their houses. I don't know if I'd like that myself. Come back and all your possessions are gone.
Did you see Michelle's show last night?
Yeah, I was here. I was floor director for that one.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, so I saw it up close and personal.
That wasn't too bad for the first show.
No, I mean, for somebody that jumped in with both feet, I know she was nervous, but it's got a little bit of work, but it could work.
Yeah. Is she gonna have is she gonna keep doing it and stuff, and keep having different topics every week, or?
I hope she goes with a different topic for her next show.
What is it, do you know?
That one didn't go over real well. I don't know. I don't know what her thoughts are for the future. I really haven't had a chance to talk to her about it really too much, and basically it's not really my decision as to whether she has a show next week or next month or anything. That's basically up to the executives here. So JJ and John and Ted. It's Ted Gross is our volunteer coordinator, and I'm sure he's got a few things that he'll probably want to discuss with her. Give her some ideas on how she can improve and on that first show and basically turn it into a real winner of a show. Ted is good with that. Ted, like I say, Ted's our volunteer coordinator, so he's really up on a lot of this stuff, and he'll, I'm sure, sit down with her, and I'm sure JJ would probably like to sit down with her as well and discuss some things with her, and that's that's just some of the things you have to go through when you're starting up a show like that. You've got to go with sometimes with what the higher ups. I'm not saying that they're gonna tell you what to do on your show, but with people like Ted and JJ and myself.
Mark.
Yes.
You're starting to ramble.
Well, sorry
about that. I was trying to tell you. Well, I'm gonna go so you can get some more calls.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to me.
Yep. Nice talking to you. We got about 4 minutes left. Sorry if I'm rambling on, but it happens sometimes. It's just the way I am. But anyway, we've got time for probably about one more phone call, maybe two if they're quick. 397-5886 is the number to call. And like I said, we got about 3 minutes to go. And then we're out of here for another week. And like I say, I don't know if Michelle will be on next week or not. I have not heard yes or no. So go ahead, caller.
Hi, this is Christy Friend.
Yeah, how you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Not too bad.
Yeah, did you see the game this morning, the hockey game this morning between, I think it was Sweden and Canada?
I saw bits and pieces of it. I think I saw the last part of the third period and all of the overtime. That's about all I saw.
Oh, who did you want to win?
Actually, it really didn't matter to me, but once they got into the sudden death, Canada's been there so many times, and I had heard that Sweden had never medaled in hockey, and so I was kind of rooting for the Swedes. Part of the reason I'm part Swedish anyway, so on my dad's side. So Johnson is derived from Swedish. So So I guess I had to be rooting for Sweden. So.
But didn't you feel bad when you saw the Canada people like almost crying?
Hey, they played a good game. They have no reason to feel bad about it. They played a whale of a game, and somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. You know, if I were part of the Canadian team, I would not have been unhappy with the silver medal in the Olympics. I mean, that would be a dream come true for anybody.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the gold medal is what you strive to achieve, but a silver or a bronze is nothing to sneeze at either. So you've got to be happy with that. I mean, they've got to be happy that it wasn't the bronze medal. You know, they did get a silver, and they had the shot at the gold, and they just couldn't do it. So.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Alrighty.
Bye.
I think that's going to put a wrap on this edition of Sports Wrap. We're going to be back next week with more sports talk, and we hope you'll join us next week. I want to thank my crew, Rick Miller on camera 2, Lance Taylor on camera 1, Luann Taylor, a.k.a. Judy, the Time Life operator, on our telephone, and Todd Hilton up there directing us. So for my crew and myself, thank you, and good night, everybody.
Slam, dunk, boom, the bass pumps hard when it's made by Todd. So don't drop your guard, 'cause we'll talk about sports over the phone at home. For you couch potatoes wearing out foam, no making a mock cheese at Maze, giving you the play-by-play. On B-ball or any ball, you make the call. You're watching Channel 9, speak your mind, 'cause it's about time for the Sports Wrap.